It's really stressful to think that, my daughter could end up going hungry over something that we really don't have any control over. We have about 3 weeks left of formula before we run out of the formula she needs.
This is a 33-ounce can of baby formula, and it's something that parents are struggling to find on the shelves. In February, the FDA started investigating Abbott's Sturgis, Michigan factory after receiving several consumer complaints of babies getting sick and being hospitalized after being fed the company's baby formula. One of the infants who was hospitalized later died. A few days after the death, Abbott issued a recall on Similac, Alimentum, and Elecare powdered infant formulas that were produced in the Sturgis facility, and shut down production as FDA officials paid a visit to the plant to investigate. This was just the most recent blow to the already fragile supply chain that never truly recovered, since pandemic buying in 2020 wiped out supplies at retailers across the country. The baby formula market is dominated by 4 key players, including Abbott. So when one manufacturer's supply gets disrupted, it trickles down. Now parents are facing the growing struggles of finding their baby's formula.
So right now we're still using NeoSure because she still needs the extra calories, she still needs those extra nutrients. She's 8 months old, but she's only 5 months old developmentally. Lately, even Amazon has been out of stock, all the stores are out of stock. So basically we've looked into even shipping it in from Mexico since we have family in Mexico. So it's been difficult the last probably 3 months, and we're just lucky at this point that we had a stockpile, but our stockpile is also running out. We have about 3 weeks left of formula before we run out of the formula she needs.
Right now, the national out-of-stock average is about 41%. That's up from just over 30% in early April. And like with any other buying frenzy, the product is now popping up online for a premium price.
The recall has added just another layer of stress for a situation that was already really stressful for parents. Of course, parents are going to have concerns about whether the formula that they find on the shelf is safe after a giant recall like this. The formula mom community really mobilized in light of the recall and the shortages that we're seeing. I have folks reaching out weekly, sometimes daily, looking for specific formulas, especially specialty formulas if their baby has several allergies. And I'll post, hey, we're really looking for Neocate, which is a really allergy-friendly formula. And I'll get messages from people across the country who are willing to ship formula or who have insight about where the formula might be found. A lot of folks are relying on family members or friends out of state to send formula. A lot of folks are going, 3-4 hours out of their way to specific retailers trying to find the formula.
Abbott said in a statement it's air shipping product from its Ireland facility on a regular basis. Among all the supply chain chaos, the FDA is warning against parents taking the situation into their own hands and making homemade formula.
Some watchouts are really important here. Number 1 is do not dilute the formula to make it last longer. But what parents sometimes feel is, well, to make that formula last longer, I'm going to put less of the powder and more of the liquid. That is actually very dangerous to do because an over-diluted formula can cause electrolyte imbalances in children. Don't make formula at home. Whenever this happens, people online, on TikTok, social media, they'll come out and say, hey, if you can't find formula, make it on your own. Formula should be made from a company. They are making it in a secure environment. They are making it with the ingredients that we know is needed to keep that formula shelf stable and good for the baby.
Low-income families are being affected the most. WIC recipients have to purchase specific types and brands of formula in order to receive the government benefit. So when they can't find the specific product that they're looking for, it's an extra step to contact their local WIC office and get an approved list of substitutes. If they purchase a non-approved substitute, the product cost will come out of their own pocket. The market shakeup has created a buzz around smaller, lesser-known brands like ByHeart. That's an all-organic formula based out of Pennsylvania, started by Ron and Mia.
The number one reported pain point when parents transition from breastfeeding to formula feeding is digestion problems. So we spent 5 years formulating our patented protein blend to get closer to breast milk than anything on the market because protein is that key to driving easy digestion. And we actually proved in our clinical trial actually saw the results that that babies had softer poops, that they had less gas.
It's a extremely rigorous process. FDA is staffed with regulating, the food for the most vulnerable consumer in the world.
For now, the baby formula shortage doesn't look to be letting up anytime soon. But the FDA says it's working around the clock with the Biden administration to address the shortages. As of now, Abbott's Sturgis plant is still closed, but the company says it could be reopened in the coming weeks. But it's going to be months before shelves are fully stocked.